History remembers generals and battles, but often forgets the most relentless adversary, the land itself. The terrain, mud, jungle, snow, mountain, has shaped the fate of armies more than any weapon. Survival in these environments is a battle apart, testing not just courage, but resilience against the elements. The land dictates the rules, slowing advances, hiding dangers, and draining strength. From Flanders' mud to Russia's frozen plains, the earth is both witness and participant in war. Geography is never just a backdrop, it's a central character in the drama of survival. To understand war, we must understand the struggle between humanity and the wilderness. In the end, victory is not just about territory, but about enduring the earth's harshest trials. On the Western Front of World War I, the earth became a sea of mud, swallowing men, horses, and machines. This mud was no ordinary nuisance. It was a deadly, relentless force, mixed with debris and the remains of war. Soldiers battled not just the enemy, but the ground itself, which caused trench foot, exhaustion, and despair. Duckboards offered precarious passage, but a single misstep could be fatal. The mud was a jailer, adding misery to terror and draining hope from the trenches. Survival meant constant adaptation, staying dry, moving carefully, and never underestimating the land. The endless, bleak landscape mirrored the war's futility, swallowing lives and hope alike. Here, the earth was the most patient killer, teaching that in war, nature is never neutral. The Western Front's mud was a harsh reminder. The land can be the deadliest enemy of all. In the Pacific during World War II, soldiers faced jungles and volcanic islands, environments alive yet hostile. The dense jungle and volcanic rock hid enemies and turned every advance into a nerve-wracking ordeal. Japanese defenders used the terrain for camouflage and defense, making every hill a fortress. Survival demanded new skills, moving silently, finding water, and avoiding disease. Soldiers had to adapt, learning to respect the jungle and use its cover. Resourcefulness became vital as supply lines stretched thin. The Pacific taught that adaptation to the land is not optional. It's the difference between life and death. In these green infernos, only those who learned from the jungle survived. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union, they met a merciless foe, the Russian winter. Temperatures plunged, machinery froze, and frostbite claimed thousands. The cold was an invisible enemy, sapping strength and willpower. Starvation and isolation compounded the misery, as endless snowfields stretched to the horizon. Soviet soldiers, better prepared for the cold, endured while the invaders faltered. The lesson was clear. No army can conquer a land it doesn't respect or understand. General Winter remains undefeated, a reminder that nature's extremes can humble any force. On the Eastern Front, survival was a battle against the elements as much as the enemy. Preparation and respect for the land were the only true defenses. Afghanistan's mountains have humbled empires for centuries. The landscape is a vertical battlefield, jagged peaks, deep valleys, and thin air. Altitude sickness and exhaustion sap the strength of even the fittest soldiers. Supply lines are fragile, and local fighters use their intimate knowledge of the terrain to devastating effect. Survival here means learning ancient skills, reading the land, conserving energy, and respecting local wisdom. Technology and firepower mean little against a determined foe on home ground. Victory is not about conquering the mountains, but coexisting with their harsh realities. In Afghanistan, the land itself decides the outcome. The mountains are the ultimate arbiters of fate. From the mud of the Somme to the peaks of Afghanistan, one truth stands out. The earth is never passive in war. The greatest survival skill is adapting to the environment. Those who ignore this lesson pay dearly. Survivors are not always the strongest, but the most resourceful and observant. These battlefields are classrooms, teaching humility and respect for nature's power. Technology can't replace preparation or local knowledge. The lessons of endurance, adaptation, and respect for the land are timeless. War's greatest teacher is the wilderness itself, shaping those who endure it. In the end, survival belongs to those who learn from the earth,